Here's another radio that I just cannot even begin to understand why it costs this much money. Like $3,249.95. And that's with a $250 off coupon. They want $3,499.95 for this radio normally. Okay. Now, if we look at the back of the radio, it does have a lot of features that you don't find on some of the other radios. I don't know if it'll allow us to look at it bigger or not. Apparently not. Anyway, I mean, it's a nice looking radio. I don't know. I want to say it came out the same time the 7300 came out, so it's about 10-year-old technology. And they still want a lot of money for these radios. And I have used one before. I don't find that the receiver is really all that amazing. I personally cannot tell the difference between the receiver on this and a 7300. In fact, I noticed that they both overloaded on 10 meters. And that was testing it at the ham radio outlet store with their beam antenna. But I just don't understand why this radio cost this much. And we know that many people have had the screen go out on them. And if you have to call ICOM on the phone for a warranty, they absolutely treat you like you are a criminal. And they give you the third degree. It's really something else. So anyway, I just don't know why anybody would spend this kind of money unless they just had money to burn. I really don't feel like this is a good choice. I think it's really old and it's not very far on the Sherwood list anymore, and that says everything you need to know. So basically, I don't know. Why would you buy that radio? This is another one that I think is extremely overpriced, like $2,000 basically almost for a 2 meter 440 and 1.2 gigahertz radio. And everybody that I know that has one of these, they're like, never getting on this 1.2 gigahertz. They're all complaining about it. And then here is another radio that is yet very overpriced as well. $1,349 for a QRP radio. And it's not high on the Sherwood list either. And there's interviews with Rob Sherwood, and he explained, some of the reasons why it's not as high as it should be. But I just don't think it's worth that kind of money. I think it's like a $900 radio. But I mean, ICOM they're just always really proud of everything they sell, and they charge a lot of money for everything. So to me, I think the best deal for an overpriced radio is going to be the new 101s. I really think that's probably the best deal. I think mine, a 7610, I think it's just absolutely insane. Like, now the FTDX10 is a good deal. All these radios are pretty good deal, but let me see if I can get in here and look up the... Boy, you would think they would make it easier to see this stuff. I don't think they're offering a deal on the 101. Here's another radio that ICOM has been selling forever. Now, this radio was as cheap as $799 not too long ago. And now this radio is basically $1,200, but it used to be $800. So, and then here is an ICOM 718 that used to be $500. It's $859. I mean, what the hell are they thinking? I don't care if you redid the radio or not. This radio should not be $859. It's a piece of crap. Absolute piece of crap. But then look at the Yaesu. The 891 is $679. I think in the beginning it was about $549. So they keep jacking up the prices on everything, but at least Yaesu seems to be staying in check a little bit better. Here we go. Here is, so A 101 MP, 200 watts. The regular price, $5,199. On sale. There's a $600 Yaesu coupon. There's a $200 HRO coupon. So $4,399. You're gonna pay the tax on this price minus $600, and then they'll apply the $200 HRO discount. This would be a much better radio to buy than the 7610. It's expensive though, and I don't know if the performance is really worth it. I don't know if the extra 100 watts is really worth it. I honestly wouldn't buy this one. I wouldn't buy the other one either, but let's see if we can. There are some optional filters, I guess, that are in this that aren't in the other one. So you have a crystal roofing filter. You have 2 of them. There's still another one that's not in there. And let's see. I don't know what VC tune is. Looks like there's a roofing filter that's added in the second receiver that would not be on the other one. And well, that's really about it. So, I mean, it's a lot of money for that radio, but at least you buy one of these. I've never heard of anybody having to send it back because the display went out. I've heard of countless people with the 7610 have the display go bad, and some of them have sent it like in multiple times. So, I mean, they don't have it figured out, and I don't know why it goes out. Is the display going out because it's something similar to Yaesu and using an HDMI adapter to the DVI? Because all these companies are still using DVI on their deal. But FTDX. I wish also they would have came up with a different number scheme for this radio, because now every time I talk about a 101, these people all think I'm talking about an FTDX 101. Anyway, so this one here is $3,000, and it's way higher up on the list than the other radio. But what I don't like about all the Yaesus is they don't sound good out of the box until you play with the parametric EQ. Although recently heard a guy on a 7610 a couple of times in a row, and I don't know what he's doing. He's probably using some piece of crap Heil microphone, and he sounds really bad, and I've tried to tell him that he sounds bad, but then this other guy just keeps trying to protect him and then tell me I'm crazy, that the guy doesn't sound bad, and but he sounds bad, and other people have confirmed it. But anyway, I just thought I would rant about the price of these radios. I just think this is ridiculous for any of these radios. I mean, like, think about what a ham radio is and what it costs to make it and what it costs to make, like, a home stereo. Why the hell do these things cost this much money? It's absolutely ridiculous.